Hello everyone, it's Yumina. I'm messing with my lights. So in today's video, I want to just talk about colorism and just some updates and some clarifications for people. So I did a previous video called Skin Color Compilation, and in that video I did not name a lot of skin tones of people that I was speaking about, except for like two colors, and one set of people were a set of twins who are biracial and who were dark skinned. I consider them dark skinned if I remember correctly. And then another person who was more caramel toned, who was a little bit darker than me, and she was Caribbean. Um, so those people had issues with me. They were different skin colors than me, but at the same time, I do associate the interaction that I had with them was based on my skin color, but also it was based on them perceiving me to be young or pretty, because some of them were my peers, and then the other lady was an elder to me by like 20 years at the time. So I think it was like a ages thing, and she was Caribbean, I was African American, and my skin tone maybe. With the other girls who were Blasian, I feel like it was a color thing, and it was a maybe they thought I was pretty thing as well. But I didn't feel that way about myself, and the only difference that I saw with us is that my skin tone was different, and I took it like that. So most of the people, I did not say their skin tones, but I would say most of the people that gave me issues from the time that I was like younger to like my late teens were people of a deeper skin tone, dark skin. And the thing is, I consider there to be light skin, brown skin, and dark skin when it comes to like the black community, the mixed community, the Caribbean, African communities. I feel like there's light skin, brown skin, and dark skin. And I feel like um, and it started in my home. So I had friends of all skin ranges. My siblings were predominantly brown skin, and and yeah, so my siblings were predominantly brown skin, and I yeah. Anyway, so I'll say that, and then when I was in school, if the kids weren't like Latinos or Asian or Caribbean, they were light skin, brown skin, or dark skin. And all the people that gave me issues from school time till to the lady who was bothering me, giving me stink eye in my grandparents' apartment complex were all brown skin or dark skin. And I did not know that colorism had a name, even though I had an idea that darker skinned people could face backlash for being darker skinned. I was also seeing that people could face backlash for being lighter skinned because I got it. Like, I got the stupid light skin, big forehead jokes. I got the adopted jokes, and like I said, I was in foster care at one time before most of my siblings came into the world. So I don't know if they associated me being in foster care with being adopted, or if it was solely based on my skin color being different from theirs. I didn't know where that came from, and I was getting the adoption jokes up until my like 20s from my siblings, and I was like, this is dumb. So I don't take I don't have any hate in my heart for people of similar skin tones, because as I've said many times, I consider all skin tones to be beautiful. I especially think dark skin is beautiful, but just because I think dark skin is beautiful does not mean that I don't think my skin color is beautiful, that every skin color is beautiful. And for some people it appears, hear me again. Like, I had a conversation with Kia before she left the Exotical community. We were having a conversation in the chats, because I was trying to figure out, not in the chats, in the comment section, because I was trying to figure out like where this misunderstanding was coming from. And basically anything that I said went over her head, because if anyone's paid attention to my videos, they know that skin color is not important to me. Like, I obviously see skin color that is a Dolce K or who is it, Dolce K or Exotical Epiphany. I forget who said it, but somebody said obviously our skin is our biggest organ on our body. It is extremely noticeable to me. I've always noticed skin color growing up. Like, it's so obvious to me, and I think it's beautiful, and I don't care what someone's skin tone is. I care how they treat me and how they treat others. And so for Kia to associate anything that I've ever said in my video with thinking that I thought that lighter skin was superior to dark skin, or to even not even hear that I've said that dark skin is beautiful, and I've always said that, and I always felt like it was special, is so weird to me, because my favorite aunt is like, I thought she was dark skinned, but my aunt might be considered dark skinned to a lot of people. When I'm looking at her now, I'm like, oh my goodness, is my aunt brown skin? But she is closer to dark skin. So my favorite aunt has been my biggest influence, one of my favorite people in the world, besides my father's sister, my other aunt, who is my color more. I grew up with my mom's sister, like just being closely associated with her, and so dark skin has always been a part of my life. My grandpa's dark skin, the one that passed away, and just for like, I'm not everybody. I'm not everyone raised in the Black community. I only could speak for myself. And for anyone to misconstrue anything I've said in my video, to think that I've said that light skin is superior to dark skin superior to light skin, none of them are superior. It's just that I am my color, and I appreciate all the other skin colors, and nothing is superior to me. As I've said also, I am also a Christian. God created all of us, in my opinion. So for people to think that I would even think that, even if I wasn't a Christian, I've always thought all skin colors are beautiful, and it just really depends on how people treat each other. So yeah, don't get it twisted. Like, all skin colors are beautiful. If you ask me, I was being influenced at certain points to think, oh, I should follow this creator because he's dark skinned, and like, I need to give him attention, and I should follow that person because they're dark skinned, I should give him attention. I don't need to follow anyone that I'm not interested in. And like I said, I follow people that I consider to be beautiful or handsome. So I've tailored some of my stuff because, like, everybody has their own unique beauty, but I also do find certain looks more aesthetically pleasing than other looks. That's my personal thing. So I do follow different people from what I was following. Like, some of the guys that I was following, I was like, okay, yeah, let me follow this person instead, because yeah, I like looking at them a little more. But but I don't like make it a point to follow somebody just because they're good looking. It's just that most of the people that I follow, women and men, mostly women, are beautiful to me, and they have different skin colors, they have different hair types, they have different ways that they wear their natural hair. Some of them don't even wear their natural hair, and I don't care about that. So I'm just like, I don't understand how anybody could look at my video and think that I was into like colorism being okay. I can't do anything about it except for how I treat people and how I encourage other people to treat people. But me supporting actors who are me supporting actors who get roles like Amandla Stenberg, who had that role, and a whole bunch of people were like upset about her role that she took. I was like, wow, something's either going over my head or something's going over everyone else's head. And like, I'm not even interested in the movie. I've heard of it. I've heard of the book. I didn't even like look up the summary to see what it was truly about. I just took the gist of it from YouTube, YouTube critiques about it. And I was just like, wow, people are in an uproar over one person of a lighter skin tone when there's supposedly all these other brown and dark skinned people taking roles that they are supposed to fit, and this young lady is supposed to fit that role. So I'm just like, I can't be bothered, because some people want to be in an uproar when acting is an art and everybody should be able to participate in it, and give people who actually make the decisions the grief and not the actors. The actresses that get the roles, don't give them the grief. Give the grief to the authors or the directors or the casting director or whatever, instead of giving grief to the actors and actresses, because it's tiresome. Yeah, so I stopped watching all that stuff because I was like, this is tiresome. And while I'm saying this, it's fun to me, not fun. It's interesting to me to see like who different exoticals follow, because like when I started getting involved in the exotical community in 2024 of January, um, I was like, okay, I'm not watching Chrissy, I'm not watching Paris Milan, and I actually had stopped watching them like before that. Paris Milan, Chrissy, yeah, before that. But I also would like drop in and see what video might interest me, see if I could try to listen to it. And I try because I love to hear people with deeper skin tones, to hear their feedback on certain things when it comes to things in the black community and the mixed communities, like what things they are wanting to talk about. But it's hard to listen to some things when every time the colorism subject is brought up, people are acting as if every case is able to be like brushed with the view that is colorist, instead of like maybe it's a man looking at something and that man is not going to see the same things that we see, or maybe it's a, I don't know. I there's somebody I'm like, I don't even want to say her name because I don't really watch her, and I find it so hard to try to watch her because I'm just like, it's not enjoyable to get into what she's saying, because she's so critical from the very jump of her like trying to give feedback on certain videos that she thinks is related to colorism, and I'm like, that is not what's going on here. So it's hard for me to even say like, it's hard for me to even bring up like how I feel about it. But one person I could say that I do still enjoy watching, I feel like her opinions are changing, even though her opinions are kind of, it depends on what the subject is about. Like her opinion kind of is the same for what it used to be. I still do love Eloho, and if I ever stop watching her, it'll have to be something like big. But right now I still do enjoy Eloho, and she brings up different things. And I may not agree with everything she says, obviously, because I don't agree with everything that everybody says that I watch. Like, that's not gonna be a thing that I'm gonna agree on everything. Everybody's not gonna agree with me. So yeah, that's just my feedback, because yeah, there seems to be some people who think that I think it's okay to be colorist. I don't. And there are people that are colorists who are dark, who are light, who are brown skin, who are any color, and it seems like colorism is also closely tied to like who people find attractive of the opposite gender, and like I literally don't care about that. I'm just like, yeah. And if we get into it, if I get into why I don't date, if I get into it, like the people that I dated in the past were various colors, but I would say most of them were closer to my complexion, and it's just what it was. And yeah, it's just what it was. Like, I found multiple people of multiple skin tones attractive from a romantic perspective. Like, I was attracted to them romantically, but I didn't end up dating them. And they were different colors. But most of the people that I ever dated, and most of the people that I was like interested in like maybe dating them to get married to, um, were closer to my skin tone or lighter than me, and that's just what it is. Like, it doesn't really matter. And as I've said before, I'm also not in the black community. There's not a lot of black people where I live. There's not a lot of mixed people where I live. there's not a lot of people who are part of my congregation who fall into those categories as well. And I've always been interested in interracial dating, as I've said before. Like, I don't, yeah, if I was dating, I would date someone interracially more than likely, because like I am more attracted to that as well. I'm not gonna say who I like, because I'll say that maybe in my other video, but like my preference. But yeah, but I find a lot of men good looking, um, beyond the borders of like race. But yeah, I'll maybe say who are my favorites. But I'm not dating. I haven't dated in a million years, and it does not bother me. And yeah, so I guess I'll end the video. I hate when I start trying to ramble, so I'm gonna stop trying to ramble. I will talk to y'all later. I'll talk about more subjects later. And have a good night. Have a good weekend, and take care. Bye.